Hey guys, Hitman89 here, I hope you're doing great. Last week we had the best PC games, and today I'm gonna show you the best 2023 games to play on PS5. We're starting off strong because the first game I wanna show you is Spider-Man 2. I wish more games were this optimized. Just from a technical standpoint, Spider-Man 2 is pretty impressive. It's full of seamless transitions from cutscenes to gameplay, and performance mode has some ray tracing action too. The traversal is fun, and thanks to the wingsuit and slingshot, it's even faster than before. The combat system is challenging enough to make you learn as many moves as possible, and if you don't do that, then you'll most likely end up dead every fight. By the way, you only get to play as Venom for one mission, so keep that in mind. The second game on my list is also technically impressive. Alan Wake 2's awesome physics and destructible environments make the gameplay even more enjoyable, cause lately, games have been focusing on ray tracing while giving us boring worlds with basically zero interactions. I don't know about you, but I'd take better physics over ray tracing any day of the week. Don't let the physics distract you from the fact Alan Wake 2 is super scary. It's got some tough enemies that you're gonna have to break down with your magic flashlight that destroys their shadow shield before you can actually kill them. At number 3 we have one of the best games of 2023 so far, Forspoken. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Let me show you another open world game where you fight with magic. Hogwarts Legacy lets you create your character and even customize your wand. Mine is 14.5 inches long and it's stiff.
Extraordinary.
Stop staring at it, you creep. Anyway, so Hogwarts Legacy's world is full of side quests to do and places to see. Long story short, this is the best Harry Potter game yet, so get it if you're a fan, which I'm not. Speaking of which, shout out to buygames.ps who always provide me with all the games I need for my videos, so check them out if you want some PlayStation and Xbox games for cheap. Moving on to the next game, Final Fantasy 16 is full of epic moments that you can fully enjoy since you'll mostly be mashing square and occasionally dodging attacks with R1. In all seriousness though, I like how the story is finally mature, there's some blood and a little bit of cussing too. What I don't like on the other hand is how the frame rate is all over the place in performance mode and the sort of Devil May Cry combat style, cause I prefer slower paced combat in RPGs. Speaking of which, the RPG elements are way too light. That's what made Final Fantasy 16 less addictive for me, but the story is great, and I enjoyed playing it. Just download the demo and try it out for yourself if you're on the fence. Next we have Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It's better than the first one in every aspect. And believe it or not, the stuttering, frame rate dips, and pretty much all the technical issues everyone experienced day one were fixed. So now is a great time to give Jedi Survivor a go. Using the Force to pull enemies towards you and then throwing them at each other is fun, and platforming wise, just like on the first game, you can feel that most of the inspiration here is drawn from the Uncharted series. It's enjoyable, you do a lot of climbing around, and you have a double jump and a grappling hook that you can use in certain areas. Keep in mind the combat is challenging here, or maybe I suck, cause I eat shit every other fight. At number 6 we have the Dead Space remake, and this is one of those games that could easily make your heart explode in your fucking chest. The sick lighting effects on this remake take the graphics to a whole nother level. Isaac can talk now and there are new areas that you can explore. Despite all the super scary shit, what makes this game enjoyable for me is dismembering those ugly ass necromorphs. The zero gravity areas are a lot of fun too. Too bad the remake still relies a little too much on those moments where you're just standing in front of an unbreakable glass window watching people you don't give a shit about get torn to pieces. But sometimes the necromorph sneaks up on you from behind and makes you shit your pants. How do I know that? Let's just say it happened to me once. If you want something less scary, check out the Resident Evil 4 remake instead. Shooting zombies in the kneecap and then kicking them in the face with your big ass boots never gets old. And apart from being able to use your knife to parry melee attacks, this remake has new challenges in the form of merchant requests and a shooting range minigame where not only I made my aim less shitty, but I've also unlocked special accessories for my briefcase that gave me all sorts of bonuses. If you haven't had the chance to play this remake yet, I'm sure you can pick it up for cheap now.
You'll get some bang for your buck, I guarantee it.
For sure, and if you've already beaten the game and you feel like you want some more, then maybe get the Separate Ways DLC that just came out. At number 8 we have my favorite game of 2023. Although I played Baldur's Gate 3 on PC and ended up beating it like 2 days before it released on PS5, as soon as I got the PS5 version, I started my second run. And in case you're wondering, no other game made me do that before. The frame rate isn't that solid in performance mode, and when enabling split screen, it gets locked to 30 FPS. Anyway, for those of you who live under a rock, on Baldur's Gate 3 you have a tadpole in your head and you gotta get rid of it. You meet some extremely likable characters that you can recruit as your companions, and even though they also have tadpoles in their head, for some reason, all they can think of is sex.
I am yours.
Okay, chill, Lazel. You're making me horny too. Am I the only one who feels this way every time I play Baldur's Gate 3? Oh, and the soundtrack is so good, I fell in love with it from the character creation screen. I catch myself singing down, down, down by the river out of nowhere. And that's how you know this is my game of the year. Next we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Visually speaking, the campaign is straight up breathtaking. Multiplayer on the other hand looks like a remastered PS4 game. Gameplay wise, it's just more of the same, so I have nothing interesting to say about it, except I played the beta and I enjoyed it. I'd never buy a COD game for $70 though. So let me show you another first person shooter, except this one is way less serious. High on Life released on PS5 a few months ago, and honestly, I don't think a game made me laugh as much as this one did, like, ever. There are tons of guns, they all talk, and they each have their own personality. I found them very funny, just like the other characters and even the enemies.
I don't like getting up to take shit, so I'm just gonna shit right here in the couch later.
Yeah, that's the type of shit that makes me laugh. So if you're a mature, just like me, and you like all of Justin Roiland's stuff, then you'll love High on Life. But if you want something that pisses you off instead, then maybe the 11th game on my list is for you. Lords of the Fallen isn't the masterpiece I thought it would be, but it could still end up being great in a few months if the devs keep on fixing it. Cause in its current state, Lords of the Fallen can be frustrating to say the least. I still enjoyed playing it though, that's why it's on my list. Regular enemies are harder and way more annoying than boss fights. That's why I always end up putting my running shoes on and trying to make it to the next checkpoint without losing too many limbs. Speaking of which, you'll be doing a lot of running and cutting limbs off on Ghostrunner too. Don't forget to leave a like for more shitty transitions like this one. So if you like being a fast-paced cyber ninja who can dismember his enemies and run on walls, then you'll enjoy Ghostrunner too. It's pretty hard though, make one false move and it's over. Seriously, it's like you have 1 HP, so even a bitch slap can end your existence. Aside from all the parkour and fighting, you'll have to ride a super fast bike and avoid obstacles. Last but not least, Mirage isn't as good as the first 3 Assassin's Creed games, but if you've always wanted some sort of reboot, then you'll like this one. Especially if you don't mind sneaking up on partially blind guards with extremely slow reflexes. I mean, how does this guy not see me? If this is what he did for a living, then I think we can all agree he deserved to die. Oh, and I have a question. Where the fuck did this boat come from? And what's even more hilarious than the bugs is the way guards look away just to let you take out their friend. It's like they don't want to catch you so they won't have to fight you and probably die. Before I end this video, here are a couple of smaller games that didn't make the list, but I think they're still worth playing. Teardown is coming to PS Plus Extra day 1. I'm Arab, and this game is all about blowing shit up, so you know I love it. Chia is a cute little game that will remind you of Zelda in some ways, and just like Teardown, it's on PS Plus Extra, so why not? And that's gonna be it for the best 2023 games to play on PS5. I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you did, and if you're new to the channel and you're interested in game reviews and top 10 videos, then maybe subscribe. Next, I'll do an updated review on Cyberpunk 2077 on PS5, so stay tuned. It's been Hitman89, see you guys very soon.
For the pay stub or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh. Fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up. Play the game, bruh.